Hi friends, welcome to the new video fermentation part 2. Today we are going to discuss on the remaining topics coming under the chapter fermentation, that is coming under pharmaceutical biotechnology. In the previous session, that is fermentation part 1, we discussed about what is fermentation, design of a fermenter and basics related to fermentation. If you have any doubts related to that topic, go to the link that is given below. Today we are going to discuss on the types of fermenter. Before moving into the types of fermenter, I think it's better to explain what is fermentation process. Fermentation means the process of growing the microorganism in a nutrient media by maintaining the physical and chemical condition. Thereby we can convert our feed into a desired end product. This process is carrying out in the fermentation process, and by using this we are converting our feed into food material, pharmaceutical, alcoholic beverages, and many types. Let's move into the types of fermenter. According to the sizes, fermenter can be classified into small lab and research fermenter 1 to 50 liter, pilot plant fermenter 50 to 1000 liter, large size industrial production scale fermenter more than 1000 liter. Broadly, fermenter are also classified as surface fermenter and submerged fermenter. For surface fermenter, examples are tray fermenter and packed bed column fermenter. Second category is submerged fermenter. Examples are simple fermenter, either may be batch and continuous, fed batch fermenter, airlift fermenter, bubble fermenter, cyclone column fermenter, tow fermenter, and other more advanced systems. Based on the type of fermenter, first category is surface fermenter. Here, the microbial cells cultured on a surface layer of the nutrient medium. The medium may be either a solid or a liquid and held in dish or a tray. This surface fermenter are used for the production of citric acid that is obtained from Aspergillus niger and nicotinic acid from Aspergillus terras. The microbial film can be developed on the surfaces of this suitably packed medium. This packing medium may be in the form of a fixed bed, stones, or plastic sheet. This system, that is surface fermenters, are commonly used in preparation of biologicals. First example of surface fermenter is the tray fermenter. This is one of the simplest and widely used fermenter. Basic part is the wooden or a metal or a plastic tray, often with a perforated or a wire mesh bottom to improve the air circulation. A shallow layer is there, that is less than 0.15 meter depth. Pre-treated substrate is placed on this tray for the fermentation. Here the temperature and humidity is controlled. Chambers are used for keeping the individual tray or stacks, and a spacing at least one tray height is usually allowed between the stacked trays. This is the diagram of the tray fermenter, that is we can see here the overflow channels are there. Here is an outlet is the inlet is the water jacket is in the outside part of the fermenter. The nutrient medium is applied, and this rectangular piece is the fermentation trays, and this above this ferment, that is around this fermentation trays, you can see the water jacket and supporting structures also can be seen. And sometimes cheesecloths may be used to cover the trays to reduce fermentation. Here we can use solid as well as liquid medium are used. If liquid medium, the cells are allowed to float easily and make a process continuous. If it is a solid medium is using, the microorganisms are allowed to grow on a moist solid material. So that process can be called as solid state fermentation or SSF. Next, we can discuss about the SSF or solid state fermentation method. This defined as here we are growing the microorganism on a solid material, that is either moist in the absence or near absence of the free water. This SSF is used for the production of antibiotics, enzyme, alkaloid, organic acid, and biopharmaceutical products. Advantages is that it produces higher yield compared to submerged liquid fermentation, and possibility of contamination is very less compared to other fermentation techniques. And all natural habitat of fungi are easily maintained in this process. Culture media very simple and simple design of fermenter and low energy is needed. Coming to the disadvantages, it causes problem in monitoring the process parameters such as pH, moisture content and oxygen concentration. Some automation. Here the tray fermenters are labor intensive. Second example of surface fermenter is the packed bed fermenter. This is a type of surface culture bioreactor. Here, a bed of solid particle with biocatalyst on or within the matrix of solid packed in a column. That is, packing is important here, so that name packed bed fermenter. The solid used may be either a porous or non-porous gel, and they may be compressible or rigid in nature. Here, a nutrient broth flows continuously over the immobilized biocatalyst, and the product obtained in the packed bed bioreactor are released into the fluid and removed. That is, here the process is flowing continuously. That is, a nutrient broth flows continuously over the immobilized biocatalyst. The product obtained in this packed bed bioreactor released, it removed, and the process continues over here. First example of surface fermenter is the tray fermenter. This is one of the simplest and widely used fermenter. Basic part is the wooden or a metal or a plastic tray, often with a perforated or a wire mesh bottom to improve the air circulation. A shallow layer is there, that is less than 0.15 meter depth. Pre-treated substrate is placed on this tray for the fermentation. Here the temperature and humidity is controlled. Chambers are used for keeping the individual tray or stacks, and a spacing at least one tray height is used. Second category is a submerged fermenter. Here the microorganisms are dispersed in liquid nutrient media at maintained environmental condition. Based on the mechanism of agitation, the submerged fermenter can be classified mainly into three categories. First one, mechanically stirred fermenter, either batch operate or continuous stir tank fermenter. Category is a forced convection fermenter, that is airlit fermenter, bubble column fermenter, sparge tank fermenter, etc. And third category is the pneumatic fermenter, example fluidized bed reactor. Come to the mechanically stirred fermenter. As the name suggests, these are equipped with a mechanical agitator. So we can maintain homogeneity, that is uniformity, and rapid dispersion and mixing of the material. Example include the stick tank fermenter, either a batch or continuous operator, multi-stage fermenter, paddle wheel reactor, and stir loop reactor. The stir tank fermenter. This is the diagram of the stir tank fermenter. Here the agitating system is there, feeding pump is there, the medium is introduced, air inlet is there, the reactor tank contains the thermal packet, submerged aerator is there, and effluent is released in the downside. This agitator consists of one or more impellers mounted on the shaft. It rotates with the help of an electric motor. Advantages of this fermenter is flexibility in design is the main advantage of the stir tank fermenter, and this can be used in the range of 1 to 100 tons. Next type is continuous stir tank fermenter. Here the motor is there. The continuous stir tank fermenter consists of a cylindrical vessel with a motor-driven central shaft is there that support one or more agitators or impeller like the stir tank fermenter. Here, the shaft is fitted at the top of the bioreactor. The number of impellers is variable and depends on the size of fermenter. Different types of continuous fermenter are the single stage as well as recycled continuous fermentation. In single stage continuous fermenter, here the single fermenter is inoculated and kept in continuous operation. Here we are balancing the input and output in the culture media. In the recycled continuous fermentation, a portion of the withdrawn culture or the residual unused substrate plus a withdrawn culture is recycled. Here recycle instead of single stage. That is the difference between the single stage as well as the recycled continuous fermentation process. Stir tank fermenter we can use in the batch operated as well as in continuous operated. Advantages of batch operated are less risk of contamination because of the short growth period. The process is more economical and simple. The raw material conversion level is high. Disadvantages: the low productivity is due to the time required for the sterilizing, filling, cooling, emptying, and cleaning, and more expenses are required for the subculture for the inoculation, labor, and process control. Next, we can discuss about the SSF or solid state fermentation method. This defines us here we are growing the microorganism on a solid material that is either moist in the absence or near absence of the free water. This SSF is used for the production of antibiotics, enzyme, alkaloid, organic acid, and biopharmaceutical products. Advantages is that it produces higher yield compared to submerged liquid fermentation and possibility of the stir tank fermenter. This is the diagram of the stir tank fermenter. Here the agitating system is the feeding pump is the medium is introduced, air inlet is the reactor tank contain the thermal packet, submerged aerator is and effluent is released in the downside. This agitator consists of one or more impellers mounted on the shaft. It rotates with the help of an electric motor. Advantages of this fermenter is flexibility in design is the main advantage of the stir tank fermenter, and this can be used in the range of 1 to 100 tons. Mainly two types of airlift fermenter are there. One is the internal loop airlift fermenter and the external loop airlift fermenter. And this internal loop airlift bioreactor, which is a single container with a central draft tube that will create the interior liquid circulation channel. This bioreactor are very simple in design with volume and circulation at a fixed rate for the fermentation. Going to the external loop airlift bioreactor provides and possesses an external loop so that the liquid circulates through the separate independent channel. These reactors can be suitably modified to suit the requirements of different fermentations. Lastly, we are going to discuss on the bubble column fermenter. This is the diagram of bubble column fermenter. This is cylindrical fermenter. In the bubble column fermenter, the air or gas is introduced at the base of the column through the perforated pipes or plates or metal microporous pouches. The flow rate of the air or gas influences the performance factor, that is the oxygen transfer as well as the mixing. May be fitted with the perforated plates to improve the performance. The vessel is used for the bubble column fermenter is usually cylindrical as we already said, and with an aspect ratio of 4 to 6, that is height to diameter ratio is mostly in 4 to 6 size. By this we come to the end of the session. This session is not much important in the aspect of exam purpose, but helpful to all of you to identify the fermenter if you are going to an industry, and in the case of knowledge purpose. If you have any comments, please comment in the comment box. The comments are welcoming. Please support. If you are not subscribed till now, subscribe and press the bell button to get the future notifications. We can meet with the new videos. Thank you for watching. Thank you.